Hello and welcome to Cover to Cover. And right, I'm not going to lie, it's boiling outside and now the halogen light is pointing right at us. It's even hotter. I've had a few bubbles getting here. Oh, fuck. It's too fucking hot. Hello, it's hot as the desert in here right now. It's hot outside and then you got that light in my face. Hello and welcome to a review. Welcome to a Cover to Cover. I never said a review random. Little jumpy cuddy. Fuck. Hello and welcome to Cover to Cover. Who the fuck is that? I generally don't know where to start. I've just looked there and like there's no method to this madness at all. Right, okay, so a bit of a weird start, jumping all over the place. I don't need these, right? So that's Tremors 2, 3, 4, Blu-rays, 5, and then Cold Day in Hell. Right, okay, so if you're new to the channel, I absolutely love Tremors. I've done a few podcasts on them, done really popular podcasts. Love talking about this movie. In fact, I've even talked about this movie in England and all the way in New Zealand. So make sure you check out the channel and see me running around the deserts of New Zealand talking about Tremors and getting dragged down holes and all kinds of stuff, right? So, off that rant, because this video is literally a stripped back video. And when I say that, it's like, right, there's been a couple of jumpy cutties at the start, me getting baboozly, and go right, boom. Now, I've just been to Newcastle Comic Con today, and I wasn't even meant to film this, but I'm getting lights, camera, action up for other stuff, so I thought, right, let's start off with this easy. Hasn't been easy because I wasn't prepared for this. Now, I totally forgot this was ordered, and I'm a bit, what's going on? Now, we're not there with Tremors 2 yet, but we're going to quickly talk about Tremors, and we've got my little mascots there. Tremors pop file, anyone? Big box VHS Tremors, love it. Glows really good in the UV light. Unfortunately, we lost Fred Ward a couple of months ago as well. So, all in a big box, it's over the moon to have it, because that's it. If you're a massive collector, especially any movies in the 80s or the 90s, you've got to have the big box X rental. And it's cool if you've still got them from when you actually had them, like Cuffs, for example. And not grab that, you know. So, there's always a love in that. But what's, you know, loving about Universal? First off, Tremors, right? I thought they could have had been a sneaky little graboid in the new Jurassic Park movie. Easy could have been. But obviously Universal and Jaws and how similar that is to the Jaws, the impending doom from below. And originally titled Sand Sharks as well, so it's like, you know, this movie it knows what it is, but I think what Tremors did was just so well. I think, you know, the original, so many practicals, and again the edge of the stop motion stuff and that. Now the full on just CGI and fucking acid dropped them, do you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know, like the series definitely goes downhill, but you know, as a series they keep on making them and people like myself will still watch them. But again, if you want to hear me talk about the rest of the series, check out the channel, as loads. So anyway, I got this. It's the Japanese version of the Laserdisc, and that's why that was there all the time. So yeah, the same. Kevin Bacon's always had his name checked. You know, the teeth don't really look like the actual like little metal slug hands coming out there, but yeah, perfection on there. Luminous orange there, so we'll creep that there as well. But we're looking at the artwork, so that's the original. Tremors, broken font. Tremors, straight font but red, the same font, and the same kind of claw from below. You know, nothing like these little tentacles sticking out. But yeah, Kevin Bacon's the star. So Fred Ward would take over the second one, and then Michael Gloss would become like literally the ambassador for the entire series. And Michael Gloss would be someone awesome to meet as well. I'm still a bit obscure about the last one. If you watch it, it's like, really? What? Come on, what? And what? Cold Day in Hell wasn't even the last one, was it? So, when I look down there, we're in for a treat. So these are the originals. I do have a small box VHS, which is in the other room. I will apologise for not having that, but what can you do? I think I've justified enough, right? Because Tremors is been out quite a while, and then Arrow came along, and then this is where it's all gone a bit poo-poo. So this is kind of a baby brother to the Thing. It's not as epic as the Thing. There's no guests. I'm not doing the overlays. I'm right here in front of you. But I'm just going to grab a handful and have a trip down memory lane. Perfectly, I've just grabbed the DVDs. So I've grabbed all the DVDs. As I say, I don't know what I've done with small box, but first up, this is a new one in my collection actually. This is the American release of the DVD. My friend Dave gave us this. I think actually this pops up in the this actually came up in the thing video, didn't it? So that's the original release in America. If you have a look at the cover, Kevin Bacon, Tremors. It's pretty much that, but again they've changed. You know, orange and like the sunset has always been their colour. Now, this is an original UK release, which I've had for a very long time. It's 15 rated, and as I say, the backs are a little bit different, but the front covers, you know, just zoomed in a bit more. Still keeping the same font, but we're going to get a consistency, the same look. That one's never been opened. Now, it's not the first time I've done this as well. So there'll be plenty of other videos on this. They're all just nicely lined up there as I look as a reflection. I also see that the camera's running a bit low. Excuse me. So that's never been opened. I don't know why. We've got Shavaki, which obviously paid up when I was in Prague. And that's when I bought when I was in Prague. I think it's one of the first ones I picked up. So again, watch me movie Welcome to Prague. We've got the glow in the dark one, which is another version that hasn't been opened. The Thing does have a version of this, glow in the dark cover. They were doing them for a while as well. The Thing's just recently had another cover. And then we've got a box set, so 1 to 3 box set. So again, just creeping them all over there. So that was the series anyway. And then here we go, we've got Ice Sharks. Now why is Ice Sharks there? This just turned up from New Zealand yesterday. My dad's friend Angus is over, all the way from New Zealand. New Zealand's borders have just opened after COVID, and I bought this. I've actually seen this, so it's literally Tremors with sharks in the ice and some really, really bad CGI, but that just happened to turn up. I'm happy to watch that. But as you can see, the cover's always been the same. Kevin Bacon, Impending Doom from below. So again, we went down this way when Arrow originally released their release, but I'm just going to grab another handful here. Get a few out of here and we'll get there. So when Tremors first came out, they bought them out like this. Blue for blue, yeah. You know, don't need 4, 5 and 6. I've actually never opened 4 on Blu-ray. But when they first hit the shelves, they didn't do a box set. This way you know if you're a Tremors fan. There you go. They brought them all like that. So they went really cold blue on a lot of things. As I say, it dropped all the colour, but again, still Kevin Bacon. And as you can see, they've just went for coldness. But then what they did was, they reissued it, 25th anniversary. Now, and that's the 25th anniversary, and what's the difference between that? The cover. No additional footage, no audio commentary. A making of that was made way back in the day. And if you're a fan of Oliver Harper and watch his reviews, you'll know that I popped up on that and had a rant about the covers. Actually, the picture Oliver would have used would have been something similar to that when I took them originally and went, hang on a minute. Because Oliver did a great review of the movie, a retrospect. But like for Universal to do that just proves what they do. 25th anniversary, what? For what? What have you done? There's no difference. So there's another cover. And then that one there is the HD DVD. It's never been opened. And it was bought from HMV. And someone paid, I think they only paid $2.99, and I actually bought that eBay for £3. So they never opened it and made a penny, but again it's sealed and it's in the right collection. And then there is the 1 to 5 box set, which I've never opened it and it was ridiculously cheap. So how it's found its way into there, so 1 to 5, and Michael Goss is on the front cover again, sporting that. So again, Michael Goss took over the series, and they knew the market, knew the fan base. They're not going to try and put one out in the movies. It is what it is, and the fans are the fans. And I am a fan of Tremors. And I really enjoyed the TV series, and it's a shame the TV series has never been released, but it's also awesome that it's available on YouTube fully free to watch. So with all them out the way, Arrow came along, but not before Arrow released that, we had Zavi bring out that. Now that's definitely had its own video, and then I want a 6 box set Steelbook came out. So I'm just going to dump both of them now because there we go. So that was released well before Arrow was coming along doing a video. As I say, I've talked about this before. New front cover, really good backdrop. Shark, worm chasing the truck on the back, and that's really good concept art. I need to write an outtake. There is a new outtake. I need to write this down. Tremors poster. Totally forgot about that, but that's something good for an outtake. I've just wrote on my hand in Sharpie. I mean, how many people don't actually do this? Every time Brick goes, it's your turn for the takeaway. How many people do rock, paper, scissors? It's a cultural thing. But yeah, as I say, I'm trying to tell you to go and watch these other videos because there's different parts of times in my life and all over the world. So, you know, I'm not going to try and jump back to them, go, oh, look at this, jumping here and jumping there. Don't need to do that here. To go, right, I've already looked at these. I mean, how to get 6 discs in a one Steelbook is quite cool. But yeah, Perfection Steelbook 1 to 6. But that even came along. I mean, when that came along, the 7th one was in production. So you know what I mean? The 7th one was coming, which, ironically enough, is there. And that's really the only... They have brought a new box set out, which I haven't dipped on it yet. But there's number 7. So yeah, we've already had 2 Steelbooks. And then, obviously, Arrow came along. And then Arrow got a lot of criticism over this because that's the Blu-ray. There is also a 4K version. Normally you get the 4K disc in, but they literally just tried a triple chip. Now I always think some Blu-rays look a bitchin' in black, and that just looks stunning. Considering all them other variants you've seen, putting it in a black box, even though it's not 4K, it just looks class. There's another film that looks class on Blu-ray. Put this wreck shit behind us. It's The Lost Boys. So if you own The Lost Boys, put it in a black box because it looks bitchin'. I'm gonna say bitchin'. So anyway, I stopped collecting random stuff. The box set of Arrow had postcards. I did a whole video about this. It's got a flip cover, and the flip cover is exactly what's on the front cover of that. Sorry. So with all this, you got a booklet, you got a nice little poster, and then you got a big ass poster that I've never got around to framing. This is not the poster I'm on about in the outtakes, but again, pretty much where we're going with the original stuff. It did lose its neon, you know, neon orange. Yeah. So, I've showed enough love for Tremors yet. There's not enough merchandise. I think there could be Tremors pop vinyls. Definitely. I've seen a Raptor today, Jurassic Park hunt, even though I was like, where's his gun? But, you know, you could clearly have a graboid coming out the floor. I mean, From the Shadows did that. And, Horror Blossom Blooms, something like that did that one there. Sorry guys. Nevermore. Just remembered. Nevermore did that. So right, okay. So we've had all this. This isn't going to go back in any other. Okay, so right. So what came in the post? This came in the post. Now, this is the counterpart to that. So I totally forgot about this, and Casper's going to kick himself because Casper's got, well, mine hasn't come, and then Casper doesn't know if he's ordered it yet, but we talked about it, and I was convinced that was a Steelbook, and there it's not. It's just a nice big fat edition of it. So this is a Steelbook, brand new artwork. So after all that, and looking at this artwork, you've got like a hybrid between the cast on a rock and the graboid itself. So it's done very twistly on there. I'm not going to overlay it. That's it right there and then. Yeah, well, this is the 4K, the monster movie that breaks new ground. Dual format Steelbook. Dual. So I have no idea what's inside. And as I say, I don't really dip on this. The very raw metal tint to it. So on the back, we've got Perfection. It's quite a good detail actually on the back. So we've got Perfection, we've got somebody on the water tower, we've got the car buried, we've skulls, and we've got the Uzi for You and license plate. A Burt Gummer homemade special. We've got a sword in there. They've made the effort, no doubt about it with that. That's really cool art. Yeah. Inside, a new booklet, and you've just noticed there that came out bent. I mean, this is Zavi, remember? So that came like that. And we've got the 4K disc and the brand new 15 rated on the new DVD. But this doesn't come with any more extras, and there you go. Girl getting dragged to a death. Really cool inside shot there. So again, totally forgot I ordered it. And you know, as I say, like, it's one for the collection. Now, you don't really often see it in the other room. The Tremors stuff is collected, and one of the things I am trying to do, where'd that even come from? With the other rooms, is keep stuff grouped together, hence why the Lost Boys is behind us. And Tremors does have its own little thing. Now, before I go off and find the missing bit of the outtake, one thing I've talked about this twice in 2 podcasts, one on my own, and then one with It's Just a Podcast. The score, the Tremors, I think is the amount of scores that come along, and I'm just going to try and grab a couple of scores. There's The Descent, Day of the Tentacles, Batman, and Batman. Yeah, well, Tremors could easily live in that collection of vinyls. I'm just going to put them down there for a second. The music's quite catchy, riffy, changes, and very jingly as well, so Tremors definitely needs released. Right, I'm going to say goodbye for now, and see you in the outtakes.
Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling? Now who's smiling?
So here in the outtakes, make sure you check out my HorrorCon video for this year, 2022. And as I was going around, there was a guy selling prints, and he had to change this print. Now, this is one of the originals, and he's had to take the name Tremors off, the copyright infringements and all that. Again, it's a very grey area if you're going to try and make a living off that. But this is kind of bitching artwork actually, so there we go. Dun dun dun. Tremors. Now, the other version has graboids from outer space, which I kind of wish I got both. I really do. As I say, graboid coming up there, smashing through Walter's fucking little diner, little convenience store. Bert's Gumstick there, Kevin Bacon, Fred Ward, Finn Carter, gets his name high. Finn Carter's the girl actually. Michael Gloss, Rebecca McIntyre, Robert Jane, Victor Wong. It's got all the cast on there. No Frills Productions, I think that's who actually makes the artwork. But yeah, can Val and Earl save perfection? ? The terror comes to the valley. They do some really good art concept like that, but they basically got the slap on the wrist and changed it to graboids from outer space, which again, is really cool. And nearly forgot. Good job, it's handy. It is handy, I promise you. If you want to buy something really interesting, just grabbing random shit now. That's what I need. If you want to see something there, we'll go boom, what if stories. There you go, there's the graboid. Now, this has got a story about perfection, and this has some bitchin' artwork with graboids in it. Matt makes some brilliant concept artwork. But yeah, this is all about a new story that takes place in perfection. And yeah, it's flipping through this, it's class. But I was just looking for that. But what's really cool about it, if you get this issue in particular, there's another story called Die Hard of the Dead, which is like Die Hard with zombies. And as I flick through, oh, there's a map of perfection there. Santa Carla's there as well. Oh, so it's crossing over the Lost Boys. Need to head back up there. If we get through, you might find a certain somebody who you're looking at right now turns up and guest appears in here. So you can see me on the run and the what ifs. So you see me appearing there and on the run now. If you get the anthology, which is one of these. Oh God, this is all stuff I've popped up in. There, that's the bottom one. Oh, just shout out Jason Miller. That was awesome, by the way, Jason. I just finished that. Die of the Dead, part 2. If you want to see me on the run all the way through it, and I actually get ran over, but I'm still on the run. So there we go. Check it out. It's me getting hit by a car. But yeah, check out What If Stories. No Frills. Jason Miller's new novel, Deaf School, which is awesome. Obviously, there's stuff from Offron Jones here. Some Killian H. Gore books here. That's Killian's book. Right, thanks for watching. Goodbye for now. By the way, I normally just chuck Killian's stuff. It's not like I don't hate Killian. Killian's awesome. But yeah, goodbye for now.